What's up, guys? It's Adam Safari here, and today I have a new video for you guys. And this video is a $550 or $530 PC build, gaming PC build, obviously. So pretty much, the site that I use to get all these parts is PC Part Picker. I really like this website just because there's so many things you can do throughout this website. Like, there's so many different parts and so many different combinations that you can add together, and they find you really good prices. They don't have the best prices all the time, but sometimes, most of the time, for me, they do. Okay, without further ado, let's start. Okay, so let's start with the CPU. Okay, so let's see. My selection for the CPU is actually the AMD Athlon X4 860K, and it runs at 3.7 gigahertz, and it's a quad-core processor, so you really cannot complain. And it's $54, so it's good. So what really made me love this processor is actually because of the quad core how it has quad core, because um, you know you don't want to like a processor with dual core or one core. Like, dual core or one core is very bad for a gaming PC. You at least want a quad core or higher, and this should meet the standards perfectly fine. As you can see, it's a 4.7 average and it has 3 ratings, which is good, and it's amazing. As you can see, it's actually FM2 plus socket, which is good. Okay, so that's all for the CPU. Nothing too bad. Even though the CPU might be outdated, I feel like it'll still run or still perform in that 3 gigahertz section, which would be really fine, really good, or fine, whatever. Next up, we have the CPU cooler, and here I just chose a cheap but a good quality CPU cooler, because I think CPU coolers are one of the most important things in the motherboard, besides the graphics card, all that jiggy. But it's very important because you want to keep your CPU cool, and you don't want it to overheat, because that could eventually fry your CPU. Okay, so it's a Hyper 212 EVO 80 2.9 CFM sleeve bearing CPU cooler. As you can see, this is what it looks like. It's Cooler Master, the brand, so it looks nice. I like it. The reviews is 4.6 average and 1249 ratings, so that's good for an average. Next, we have the motherboard, and for the motherboard, I just chose an MSI A68HM Grenade Micro ATX FM2 Plus motherboard, because obviously we all love motherboard names, of how long they are, of how complicated, of all everything. But anyway, I chose this motherboard so it can pair perfectly with my pair perfectly with my CPU and the CPU cooler. So that makes a nice little combination that's compatible with each other. The only bad thing about this is it does not support Crossfire. It does support RAID, and yeah. So next up, we have the memory, and I just chose a Mushkin Essentials 8 gigabyte 2 4 gigabyte DDR3 1600 memory. I know DDR3 is not the latest, but I think it still performs well. Simple as that. RAM, 8 gigabyte RAM is perfectly fine, and it's cheap too. Now, you don't want everything to be cheap in your build, because sometimes some cheap products are very bad and might not run you a long time. So you want to look for other brand name products. So I just chose a Toshiba 1 terabyte 3.5 inches 700 3.5 bay 700 7200 RPM internal hard drive, and 4.4 average, 41 ratings. Sounds fine to me. This one is $45. Perfectly fine. And then I just chose a like not too expensive, but expensive, but still affordable in my opinion. Graphics card. Chose a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti 4GB OC edition video card, graphics card, whatever you guys like to call it. 5 average, and it's 1 rating, which, it's 1 rating, so people have based opinions, but this guy thought it was nice, so that's great. Pretty much, I like how it's a Zotac. I like how it's a Zotac GeForce GTX 1050 Ti 4GB OC edition, just because that Ti just makes it really, really, really. It's pretty much an upgraded version of the 1050, and it's 4GB, so nice deal. And $145, you really can't beat that. Next up, we have our case. I chose a mid-tower case just because I didn't want to. Full tower is fine, but I have a pretty small desk area, so I wanted a mid-tower. And hopefully you have enough time to hopefully you have enough room. You probably will. From the pictures I see, you have pretty much all the space you need. And it's a Deepcool Tesseract SW-ATX tower case, and I think it comes with blue LEDs, which is cool. No power supply comes in. Oh, it's just black and blue. But simple as that. $40 case. Power supply. Got a Corsair CXM 450 watt, 80 plus bronze certified semi-modular ATX power supply. So this worked perfectly with my motherboard because my motherboard was ATX. This was ATX, perfectly fine. Computer case, ATX, everything worked perfectly fine. And I love Corsair's products. They just make so many good products. I could have went with EVGA, but I couldn't find any good EVGA for the build. Okay, so this came out at approximately $472, and it's good. It's good. But if you wanted an optical drive, I'm not gonna buy an optical drive because I don't really buy discs, or I don't watch movies on my. Probably won't watch movies on my computer. It's probably gaming, and my games will be downloaded. So I'm gonna save me some money and not buy an optical drive. An operating system, I'm probably gonna get Windows 10 Home because I do not know how to power Windows. I don't know how to get Windows 10 for free, which might sound stupid, but I guess I'm stupid. I really don't know. If you guys know how to get Windows 10 for free, just comment down in the comment section down below, and I'll read your comment, see if it works, and then I'll give you a shout out. So yeah, but what I was thinking is, if you're gonna get an operating system, I don't know if this is a disc or not, because if it is a disc, that means I need to buy an optical drive to put the disc in, and it'll just double up to a lot of money. But I titled this $530 built through $550, just because if you're going to get the Windows 10 and the optical drive, obviously it's going to be really good if you get those two. But if you have an leftover or an optical drive that you don't use at home, you can take that drive out and you can place it into your computer. It'll be perfectly fine. Now, this computer does have an optical drive part, yes, which is nice, and I like the video. I like the video on this case because I've watched the video on it, and it's really nice. I'll try to find the video and put it down in the description below. Probably won't find it because I'm not a good researcher. I'm just not good at finding those type of things. Alright guys, so it's been all for today. Hopefully you guys had a nice time watching me build this gaming PC. Obviously the PC on the screen is not the gaming PC. If it was, then you guys would be buying it online because this is one off Amazon. Oh, alright, guys. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe because I really need those views to make me some good old cash. And that's all for today. Hope you have a nice, amazing day, afternoon, night, wherever you're from. Bye.